Yeah, but here's a question from the Ninjaneer. If you were running Disney or had KK's job, what would you do to save or steer Star Wars in the right direction? Make a new movie or show? What kind?
Okay, if we're going specifically new movie or show, ooh, man, I would make a lot of changes. First and foremost, I would get rid of DEI. I would not do that at all. I would try and clean house as much as I could, or at least make it known to all the employees that we are no longer doing DEI hires, but we're hiring the people that are best for the job. If you don't cut it, I'm sorry, you're out. So that's going to put everybody in check right there. And if you want to leave according to that, that's fine. You know, we'll find fans, we'll find people that actually want to do a good job and want to serve the story, not pushing an agenda. That is first and foremost, in my opinion. Second of all, I would be very tempted. I'm not sure if I would, but I would probably decanonize either the sequel trilogy or most of Disney Star Wars. I would probably either try and do some sort of alternate timeline, which sounds weird, but I feel like if you did an alternate timeline, at least we might be able to, you could still technically keep the Disney Star Wars stuff, but it's in its own universe type deal. And then we go back on track with what's come with Legends. And you know what I'm going to say here. We're going Thrawn trilogy, baby. And we're going to do it faithful to the books. And it's a perfect continuation of the Star Wars. I think the Star Wars sequel, it's such a great, it's so great. I can't explain it enough. I can't say it enough. I've said it so many times, but you would get all of the fans of that series, which kept it alive in the 90s, really. Yeah. That book series kept Star Wars alive in the 90s. It really brought it back into pop culture in a lot of ways, or at least people that are into Star Wars and stuff like that. And so you get all those fans back. And it's such a good story. That's the thing. It's a story. It's a great story. Does not have any agenda pushing. All the characters are well fleshed out. It feels like Star Wars. It does such a good job but it's different enough. It's not like what came before in a lot of ways. So I would go that route. That's what I do. I would also in the background be working on a Darth Bane trilogy. I think that would be perfect. Chef's kiss to go with. That would do a lot, but keep it faithful, like I said, to the books. If you needed to tweak a few things, I think we could. But that would be one I would have. And then I'd also go Old Republic, which that kind of is Old Republic, but I would probably be working on doing the what's his name? I just lost it.
The Old Republic?
Well, yeah, but it's what's his name?
Palps.
Not Palps. That would be an awesome series. I might do that as a series if done right.
Nice.
I think you could do a really interesting Papa Palps series, but you'd have to do high budget, and you'd have to hire the right people. Revan, that's the one.
Take a break is reading your mind.
Yeah, he's reading my mind.
Yeah.
These are literally all the things I would do. I would try and clean house, and I would definitely get Favreau back in there because he's a team player, man, and he knows how to put a team together.
Yeah, and get it done right.
I think I'd put Filoni in his place as far as like the DEI stuff, I think, and I don't think he's been doing a great job. I think lore-wise, he might be all right, but I would not.
I think he walked into a mess, a sinking ship.
Well, and he followed KK, which he shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
I think that's going to come back to bite him, and it already is. I mean, look at Ahsoka, look at all these other things. And that might have been her ideas, and he probably had to play ball, but I don't know. Just looking at the examples of what he's given us live action, I might put him straight back into animation or put him in charge of animation. So that was a lot of things I just said there. Sorry, that was a whole bunch. I've thought about this a few times. Obviously, we'd have to get the business back on track. So that's why I would go with Luke, Han, and Leia. I would recast. That's my personal opinion. I think that doing deep fakes would be a bit of a disservice and also difficult for those actors to do full-length movies. I'd do Sebastian Stan as Luke. We'd have to test it though too to make sure he actually fits the role. But you got to hire the people that are best for that job. I wouldn't do DEI stuff. It can still be diverse, and I like that.
Just based on qualifications.
But it's still got to be based on qualifications. And we might have some ideas for different races, different things in there, and I'm totally cool with that. But it's got to be the people that are best for the job. I'm sorry. The DEI and that agenda pushing stuff is really ruining Star Wars and ruining everything right now. So that's what I would do. That's pretty much step by step what I would do when I got in there. I know I'd get a lot of flack and I'd probably get a lot of people quitting. But you know what? Nobody's irreplaceable. I'll say that. So that's my personal opinion. That's what I would do if I took over. And those are the shows specifically. That's what you asked, Ninjaneer. Those are the shows and things I would go with, because I think that, especially done right, would want to make sure they're done as faithfully to the books as possible. I think that's how you get people excited about Star Wars again, because it's gonna take a couple of wins to really get people back on board for Star Wars. I think the thing though that would get people on our side would be KK would be gone. That's number one. Two, getting back to a Luke story, and a story that people are familiar with and excited to see. I really think that that would be the way to go. That would win fans back over right there. It would still take them watching and for hype and buzz of people, Star Wars fans especially, to watch it and know, okay, this is not woke. This is not an agenda pushing thing. This is faithful to the storyline, and it's a great story. And you get as many good, talented people in there as possible to do it. I think it would win over so many fans. Then you hit them with we're doing the Bane trilogy next. Boom. Then after that, we're doing Revan after that. People would be flipping out. And then once you've established that you can bring those stories to life in a great way to win back fans, I think they would be more willing to go out on a ledge with you to do some other side projects. Honestly, one of the other ones, I know it would be goofy, but I might get, this sounds kind of weird, but I might get like Ryan Reynolds or somebody to do a romantic comedy in Star Wars. That's another off the wall one I'd put in there, because I think if done right, could be hilariously awesome. And we haven't had a lot of good rom-coms in a long time. So I'm just saying, you bring that back, I think it would work. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Sorry, that was a lot, and a nerd, and I thought about that way too much. But I really think you could save Star Wars if you did that. I really do think that Star Wars could be a evergreen property again. And let me know what you guys, I want to hear from you guys. What would you guys do to change Star Wars, to get it back on track? I want to know, if you guys were CEO, if you became in charge of Star Wars, Lucasfilm Star Wars, what would you guys do? I'd want to hear it. I have more ideas, actually, because it encompasses all of Lucasfilm. But we're not going to go into that right now. We got to go. All right, any last thoughts there?